Just a friendly reminder before the video begins, you will hear 2 stories in this video and both have new updates. Now on to the first story. I recently found myself in a bit of a predicament and need an outsider's perspective. My brother has started dating my best friend, and I'm not sure how I feel about it. At first, I was excited for them. My brother has not really had many girlfriends, and my friend has been crushing on him for a while now. I thought it was sweet that they were finally giving it a shot, but as time went on, I began to have concerns. I started to notice little things that bothered me. My brother seemed more distant from me than usual. He was spending all his free time with my friend, and I was worried that he was neglecting his family and friends. He seemed to be totally besotted with my best friend and would do anything for her. My friend, who was far more experienced than my brother, seemed to enjoy parading him around like a little puppy and getting him to do whatever she wanted. It's fair to say that she was more preoccupied with my brother than anything else, and I felt like I was losing both of them. I tried to talk to my brother about it, but he brushed me off. He said that he was happy and that I should be happy for him too. But I couldn't shake the feeling that this relationship was going to end badly. I decided to talk to my friend about it instead. I expressed my concerns and asked if she had thought about the possible consequences of dating my brother. She seemed taken aback at first, but then she told me that she had thought about it and that she was willing to take the risk. I didn't know what to do. On the one hand, I wanted my brother and my friend to be happy. On the other hand, I didn't want to see them hurt each other, or worse, hurt themselves. Update 1. Hey everyone. It's been a few months since I posted about my brother dating my best friend, so I wanted to give you all an update. In the end, I decided to step back and let them figure it out for themselves. It's not my place to control their lives, and they're both adults who can make their own decisions. I just hope that they know what they're getting themselves into and that they can handle the consequences, whatever they may be. Update 2. I've come to accept the situation and let them get on with things. I've realized that it's not my place to control their relationship or interfere, so I've tried my best to support them and not let it bother me too much. Of course, there are still some awkward moments here and there, but overall things seem to be going well for them. Thanks to everyone who offered their advice and support when I was struggling with this situation. It means a lot to me. Unfortunately, things have taken a turn for the worse. Last night, I went to a party without my brother, and my best friend was there. Things were going fine until my friend started flirting with another guy at the party. I had to watch them all night, and it made me feel sick. I tried to talk to my friend about it, but she just brushed it off and told me to chill out. Later in the night, I saw my friend and this guy disappear into an empty bedroom, and I'm pretty sure they slept together. Even if they didn't have sex, it's still incredibly inappropriate given that she's dating my brother. I'm really upset and don't know what to do next. Any advice would be appreciated. No, I haven't asked my friend directly if she slept with the guy at the party. I feel like it's not really my place to ask, and I don't want to come across as accusatory or confrontational. At the same time, though, I can't shake the feeling that something happened between them. It's possible that I'm overreacting, but it just seemed really inappropriate given the circumstances. I'm not sure what to do next. Update 3. Hey there. I wanted to provide an update on the situation. I did try to talk to my brother about what happened at the party, but it seems that my best friend got to him first. My brother thinks that I'm just jealous and trying to break them up. My best friend must have told him a completely different story about what happened that night. She made out that I was really what happened at the party, but it seems that my best friend got to him first. My brother thinks that I'm just jealous and trying to break them up. My best friend must have told him a completely different story about what happened that night. She made out that I was really drunk and had wrongly accused her of sleeping with the guy at the party. She also said that the drunk and had wrongly accused her of sleeping with the guy at the party. She also said that the guy and her tried to help me by stopping me from driving home while under the influence. This is simply not true. I hadn't been drinking that evening. As I was the designated driver, I did try to leave the party because I was upset, but my best friend stopped me because she thought I was overreacting. It's really frustrating that my best friend is twisting the truth to make me look bad and that my brother is taking her side. I don't know how to make him see what's really going on. Update 4. Hey guys. It's been a while since I updated you on what's been happening with my brother and my former best friend. Well, as you predicted, their relationship eventually fizzled out. My best friend got bored of my brother and kept making excuses not to see him until he got fed up chasing. It's been really tough for my brother. He's been drinking more and seems really down. I just hope he will eventually get over it and move on. I'm still angry with my best friend for treating my brother this way and damaging the relationship between us. We're not as close as we once were, and I'm not sure if we'll ever be as close again. We still hang out in the same social circles, but it's not the same. I feel really betrayed and disrespected by her. Anyway, I just wanted to update you guys and say thanks for all the support and advice you've given me throughout this whole mess. It's been really tough, but I'm getting through it. Update 5. Hey, everyone. It's been a year since my last update and things have gotten really crazy. As it turns out, my best friend was actually pregnant and didn't tell anyone until she was 8 months along. My brother knew, but he was too scared to tell our family and asked me to break the news to them. It was a shock, But our parents said they would support him and be there for him and the baby. My brother and his girlfriend got back together and even got engaged, but things took a turn for the worse after the baby was born. The girlfriend started making excuses for why my brother couldn't see the baby and would constantly put him down, saying he would be a bad father. It got to the point where my brother just gave up trying to see the baby, even though he continued to pay child support. Whenever someone suggested that he try to see the baby, he would just say that the baby was better off without him. It's been really hard to watch him go through this. I still visit my friend and the baby, but it's becoming harder and harder to listen to her complain about my brother and how he's not good enough. I'm at the point where I feel like I have to choose between my friend and my brother. If I choose my brother, I'll most likely lose a lot of our mutual friends and lose contact with the baby. I don't know what to do and I could use some advice. Update 6. I just wanted to give an update on my situation. After a lot of thought and consideration, I've decided to go no contact with my former best friend. While it's been a difficult decision, I know it's the right one for my mental health and for my relationship with my brother. I'll miss my niece growing up, but I just can't continue to subject myself to the emotional abuse and manipulation from my former friend. Some of my other friends have been understanding, but others have taken her side and believe the lies she's been spreading about my brother. It's been a tough road, but I'm ready to move on with my life. I'm actually moving to a new town soon and I'm excited to make new friends and start fresh. Thanks to everyone for their support and advice throughout this journey. I decided to invite my friend out for a few drinks to tell her my decision and my reasons behind it. I didn't want to just ghost her without ever explaining. Well, my best friend did not take the news well and lashed out at me, accusing me of choosing my brother over her and my niece. Since then, she began spreading rumors and lies about me to our mutual friends, causing further tension in the group. She told them that I was trying to help my brother take her baby away from her and had accused her of being an unfit mother. Unfortunately, several of my friends have bought into this and are now no longer speaking to me. Despite this, I have stuck to my decision and am trying hard to focus on my own well-being and that of my family. I hope that in time, the truth will come out and my former friends will realize that I was caught up in an impossible situation and had no choice but to break contact. Thanks to everyone here on Reddit, I can see now that my friendship with this girl was utterly toxic and quite possibly always was. I know I am better off without her. I feel very sad that I will not get to see my niece grow up and that my brother will miss too. But for both our sakes, to protect our mental health, this is the only way. Some people have suggested that I could try to reconnect with my niece in the future. While this is what my heart wants, something tells me that I need to prioritize my own well-being and move on from the situation entirely. Thank you to everyone for your input. I feel that I have made the best decision for me and my family and I am looking forward to starting a new chapter in my life. Now on to the next story. Story 2. Hello everyone. I'm currently in a difficult situation, and I'm unsure if I'm making the right decisions. By the way, this is my first post here, so please forgive me if I miss any details. Feel free to ask for more information. Let me share my current situation. I'm a 25-year-old male, and I've been in a relationship with my wife, who is 27 years old, for 8.5 years. Last August, during our trip to the USA, I proposed to her. We legally got married 10 weeks ago, had a church ceremony 5 weeks ago, and went on our honeymoon 2 weeks after that. During our honeymoon, I noticed something unusual for the first time. She was constantly texting on her phone and tried to hide it or turn off the display whenever I glanced at it to see who she was talking to. When I asked, she claimed she was texting her friends or her sister. This made me suspicious, and in the beginning of the second week, I decided to check her phone while she was asleep. It was the first time I had ever felt the need to do this because I had always trusted her. To my shock, I discovered that the woman I believed loved me, the one I had married just a month prior, was cheating on me with someone else, a 39-year-old man. He works as a cook where she is employed, so they see each other daily during the week. We still had to stay together for the rest of the week and our flight home during our honeymoon. So I didn't confront her about it at that time because I didn't want to have a fight while on our honeymoon. I have no idea how I managed to hold it in. After further investigation when we returned home, I found out that their relationship had begun at the end of November last year, which was after our engagement but well before our wedding. I don't understand why she didn't mention this to me earlier when we had plenty of time to cancel our wedding. Somehow, I didn't catch on, until it was too late. I haven't talked to my wife about this yet, so she doesn't know that I'm aware of her affair. However, I think she might suspect that I'm suspicious of something. We still have tasks left like selecting our wedding photos for the album and writing thank you letters for the gifts we received, which is why I haven't brought up this issue until now. But I'm feeling really tormented inside, and I need to address this situation. I'm currently looking into whether I can legally remove her from our house. We rented it together, and both our names are on the contract, and whether our wedding can be annulled or if I need to go through a divorce process. Here's an important detail. The other guy is separated from his wife and has 2 teenage children. He's not getting a divorce right now because they have some outstanding loans to repay. Additionally, they frequently express their love for each other and a desire to be together fully, but they can't do so at the moment. From what I know, their plan involves my wife having children with me, since the other guy already has some, and then, when he's ready, either divorced or otherwise, They will pursue a relationship together. My dilemma is that I feel guilty for contemplating divorce less than 2 months after our wedding, especially after the big celebration and all the gifts we received. However, I can't continue living like this. I'm not sure what I'm expecting from you all. Maybe just confirmation that I'm making the right choice by leaving her and seeking a divorce. Small update. I'm planning to speak with our office lawyer today to see if they have any information on this matter. If they don't, I'll contact a specific lawyer to get some advice on how to proceed. Regarding our financial situation, neither of us is wealthy, we're both doing okay. If she worked full-time like I do, she currently works 75% due to her employer's restrictions. She would actually earn more than me. My parents, on the other hand, are reasonably well off, but not excessively so. I guess you could say they're upper middle class. However, everything I owned before our marriage remains mine, and everything she owned before our marriage remains hers. Anything acquired or purchased after our marriage will be divided. She also won't inherit anything from my parents because it's my right to receive it, and this was the case before we got married. Update 1. I've discussed the matter with the lawyer in our office who doesn't have much knowledge about it. They provided me with contact information for someone who should be able to assist me. I'm planning to call them today or tomorrow and arrange a meeting as soon as possible. I'll keep you all updated on how things progress. Thanks to everyone for your support in the meantime. Update 2. I've spoken with the lawyer, and she needs to research whether having another relationship is sufficient grounds for annulling the marriage. In all her years of handling divorces, it's the first time someone has contacted her so soon after getting married, and she expressed her sympathy for my situation. However, she's looking into it and will inform me of the available options in a few days. I'll keep you posted once she gets back to me. Update 3. I have up to 6 months from the marriage to initiate an annulment. So, I have some time to talk to the priest and explore the possibility of annulling the wedding in the church. I plan to focus on my upcoming school exams over the next 2 weeks and then discuss this matter with my wife calmly. The challenge is figuring out how to start this conversation with her without making it sound harsh. Like, hey, I know you're cheating on me. Update 4. I've had a discussion with our priest, and it turns out he can also initiate an annulment process. However, he suggested that I first talk to my wife about it, without immediately jumping to divorce. He wants her to decide whether she wants to stay with me or not. I'm unsure about giving her that choice because I'm not sure I can ever trust her again. The tricky part is figuring out how to begin this conversation with her. I know there's no perfect moment, but perhaps you can provide some advice. What should I say? What should I avoid saying? The priest advised me not to focus on her faults but instead express how my feelings are hurt and how our marriage feels strained. I shouldn't bring up forgiveness but should offer my help. I should provide enough information so she understands that I'm aware of her cheating, but I shouldn't reveal too much. It's probably better to consult my lawyer first to understand the next steps and discuss the house we're renting together. The contract has both our names, and only then have the conversation with my wife. Update 5. Hello everyone. A lot has transpired since my last post. Previously, I inquired about whether I should address the issue or proceed with divorce or annulment. I provided updates regarding my conversations with a lawyer, who informed me that I could request an annulment within 6 months of marriage. However, since cheating isn't explicitly mentioned in the law as grounds for annulment, she couldn't guarantee a 100% success rate for annulment. So, in the worst case scenario, I'll proceed with a divorce. I also consulted our priest, and from the church's perspective, I can request an annulment at any time, provided I can prove that the cheating occurred before, during, and after the marriage. Fortunately, I have all the necessary evidence to establish this. When I confided in my friends, they unanimously recommended that I ask her to leave my home immediately. Consequently, after gathering all the requisite information, I confronted my wife about this matter 3 weeks ago. Our conversation was filled with tears, some raised voices, although I managed to remain composed, and we discussed a multitude of issues in the subsequent days. We even spent a weekend away, together to address everything privately. In summary, she doesn't have a clear reason for why she cheated on me, it just happened. She didn't bring it up earlier because she feared my reaction, thinking I might get angry, leave her alone, and go away, which raises the question of what she expected to happen when I found out after we got married. She assured me that she still loves me, so I asked her to figure out what she truly wants and what she's willing to do to salvage our marriage. Depending on her decision, I would then determine whether I wanted to give it another shot with her or not, although I was already about 90% inclined to leave her. After a week, I still hadn't received a clear answer from her about whether she wanted me or the other guy. So, I made the decision for both of us. If she couldn't decide between her husband and her lover within less than 3 months of marriage, then I could certainly decide whether I wanted to spend my life with her or not. 2 weeks ago, we mutually agreed to end our relationship. The unfortunate part is that during this whole time, she didn't ask me once to stay. She was sad about me leaving, but I think she was also happy about the prospect of pursuing a relationship with the other guy. Last week, I disclosed the entire situation to my parents and brothers. They were all saddened by the news but understood the situation and agreed that it's the best decision for me. On the same day, My wife also informed her parents, and they asked her to leave their home. She had to stay with some friends temporarily but has since rented an apartment and is in the process of moving her belongings out of my house. In 10 days, I'll be meeting with the lawyer to initiate the process for an annulment of our marriage. I also need to give the priest an update that my wife has moved out of my house and then request the annulment through the church. At this point, I'm at a loss for words. My marriage didn't even last 3 months, and it seems my wife was almost relieved to part ways. So, I feel there's nothing more to be said. I realize that I still need some time to heal from all of this. But things are slowly improving. I'm getting accustomed to being on my own and handling all the household responsibilities. I appreciate your support. Now, I have to start over with my life, and I hope to find someone who truly loves me one day.